It's the 25th of the month and it's Christmas Stampathon time. Over on Facebook we set you a challenge every 25th of the month for 10 months to help you gear up for Christmas using Stampin' Up! Products. This month's theme is to use a Z-fold card. I've gone ahead and cut down a piece of A4 card in half at 10.5 inches by 4 1/8 of an inch and 25.4 centimetres by 10.5 centimetres. I've then gone ahead and cut out Poppy Parade, but I changed the colour later. This is 2 3/4 by 8 1/4 or 7 centimetres by 21 centimetres. Now both the score lines on these pieces are exactly the same, which is nice and easy. You're going to score them at 2 1/4 inches and 4.5 inches, or that is 6.3 centimetres by 11.4 centimetres. So just trying to grapple around for my bone folder, and this just helps to really give that card a good crease and burnish after you've creased it. So folding the middle over first and doing the same for both of those pieces, folding the centre over as if it's like a card fold, and then folding the other flap back on itself. And this helps us to create that Z fold shape in our cards. So folding and burnishing those pieces ready to attach later. So you want to flip that over so that you can see that larger panel at the front, and then just to show you how the mechanism works, nice and easy, similar fold bending with one another. I've also gone ahead and used the Stitch So Sweetly labels, and this is the second largest, again cut out with a white piece of card. Then you need two smaller white pieces at 2 inches by 2.5 inches or 5.1 centimetres by 6.3. Going in with the Free as a Bird stamp set and using the lovely birds on the branches with the soft suede ink to stamp my image. That's going on the main scalloped piece. Then using the sentiment from Peaceful Boughs, and this is going on one of your smaller square pieces. You can obviously use a Stamparatus or a stamp positioning tool, especially if you are making multiple cards, but for this I'm just going to be using my blocks. Then using the leaf from the Free as a Bird stamp set and creating some branches along just the top and the bottom of the base of the card. You don't really see the middle once you stick on that extra bit, so you're just going to concentrate on the bottom and the top. I'm extending the branches by just grouping a couple of them together. Then going in with the real red, and I'm using the Buffalo Check, and this does retire at the end of May 2021, so I'm getting in there and trying to use it up. And just inking one side of this because that's all we need to stamp onto our white piece of card. So we want that front panel, so make sure you're stamping the right section, carefully lowering it down and just going to press it in onto the stamp. Again, if a stamp positioning tool is easier for you to use, then go ahead and you can use that. I'm just using a block to help me rub that image on, and so that I've got a nice even surface. Now as I rub, I do smudge glue or whatever mess I've got on my block, but I'm going to show you how I sort that out. So I missed a tiny spot in the corner, but that's fine. I'm just going in with my glue silicone eraser, and that just helps take off any sticky. And there you have the fold with the gingham at the front. So I'm coming in with Crumb Cake colour and a blending brush, and I'm just brushing around the edges of my card. Nothing too dark, but it just creates a nice vignette around the edge of each of the white pieces. And I'm going to carry on, do the same for the bird image and then the two other square pieces. And once they're all done, then we're going to get set colouring in. I'm using shaded spruce, both the dark and the light, coming in with the dark colour first, just to add detail along the stem. So I'm just showing you the back of the card. As long as you don't apply too much of the blend, then the colour won't seep through too much. Just using the soft suede to colour in the branch and then giving the leaves the same treatment with the shaded spruce. I'm using a cherry cobbler to give them a red chest, to give them the effect of looking like robins, and then using the light cherry cobbler to add a bit of depth and colour to the bottom half. And then I'm going to come in with the light real red to blend those in along the bottom, and then I colour all over it just to blend the colours together. Coming in with crumb cake, and I'm just concentrating around the very edge and their wings and their heads. I forgot to leave a bit of a gap because I did remember I wanted to add in some of the lighter crumb cake. So coming back in with the lighter crumb cake and just leaving ever so slight bit underneath the red bit, leaving that white just to create a more realistic image. Then for the flowers, for the inside of the flowers, I'm just doing a cross mark and then just coming in with the lighter Poppy Parade and going over the flowers just to keep it nice and Christmassy with the reds and the greens. So sticking all the pieces in place, sticking the birds onto the front of the red panel, and then the sentiment to the far side on the right. Then the blank piece in the middle can be left either for your message or another sentiment, or you can use the back of the card for your sentiment or writing. Then just sticking on the other side of where I've done the sentiment, just like keeping it together and lining it up onto the bigger card just to centralise it. And once you've got it in place, you can go ahead and stick that down. So we're just sticking that side underneath the sentiment, and once that is stuck, you can then open that top flap, just figure out where you need to put the glue, just a tiny strip along that right side. Once that's done, hold everything down and then flatten that down on top. And once that's done, you can see how this card has come together and opens. I'm giving it the finishing touches with the Playful Pets ribbon, the lovely red and white stitched ribbon, and adhering it with a glue dot in the corner with a bow. Adding some of these lovely red rhinestones to give the impression of berries. Just adding a few onto the front. Now as I open it, that inside piece of the white just looks a bit left out, looks a bit blank to me. So I do come back in with my leaf stamp, brush over to make sure that it looks like the rest of the card, and then colouring it in with my shaded spruce again. That's much better. I'm much happier with that now, that once you open the card you can see that continuation of the green leaves and the pattern on there. Thank you so much for watching along. Do subscribe if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, and thumbs up are always appreciated with a comment below. You can head over to our Facebook page, Christmas Stampathon, and you can catch up on the challenges over there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.